Finally did it. There's officially a One Piece game where you can walk up to somebody and just shoot them. You can literally just shoot them point blank range. And this is RELL C's Teaser 3, Fruit and Gun Combat. So this video, I'm not going to be just like reacting to it. I kind of want to do an overview of it because A, I'm already late. And that's pretty much it. But I'm just going to be talking about the main things that I personally do like about this combat trailer. And overall, I just want to say this game is actually looking like it's going to be the best One Piece game on Roblox. And I'm laughing as I'm saying this because so much YouTubers say it, including myself. I think I'm swaying off the point here. What I'm trying to say is that this is actually the best One Piece game on Roblox. And I mean it, because the game has some features that we haven't seen inside any other One Piece games. There's really only one One Piece game that we all think of, but the owner of this game, RELL, I'm pretty sure, he actually said that he doesn't want to be compared to anybody, respectively. So that's what I'm going to do, respect his wishes, and I'm just going to look at the game for what it actually is. But I'll just be going over some of the stuff that I'm talking about, and we might as well just start off with the guns. The gun combat inside this game, it actually exists. I've never seen a One Piece game where gun combat genuinely looks good and seems like it's going to play good. Now, everything here is still early to us, so like the footage that you're seeing in the background, it's not, you know, the final footage of this. But so far, they showed us like 3 guns, a musket, a rifle, and a machine gun. And there's like, it's kind of crazy when you think about it, because the way that they implemented this gun combat is really smart. So the first thing to note is that the bullets actually only go down if you shoot your bullet long range. So for example, let's say that you're like close up in front of somebody's face and you're using your M1 and you're clicking with your gun. It's not actually going to take bullets, which is something that I question how any One Piece game would add gun combat. But this is, I do feel like this is really the right approach, because if you really think about it, imagine you shoot somebody and then you gotta reload and you're like, hold up, wait, let me reload. And then they just let you reload. Like, nobody would realistically let you do that. So this is actually a W approach to it, and it's so simple too. Another thing to note is that the gun, like every gun, has its own range to create a more diverse combat, along with all of the guns having skills so you can approach people differently. Now, it's like the minigun, if you shoot the minigun for longer, it's kind of like what happened if you shoot a minigun in real life. One, you'll probably put on a fugitive list, because how the hell did you get a machine gun in real life? But if you was to shoot a machine gun in real life and you constantly shoot it, the bullets, they're going to just be going kind of everywhere after a certain amount of time, because you're shooting it in like a barrel circle, and the further the bullets gets, the more it's just going to widen out and be even. And if you compare that to something with the rifle, it's more like you're shooting it directly, and since you're shooting one bullet, that bullet's usually just going to travel directly where you shot it at. And even though it's like so ordinary, I feel like it would create some very diverse things, because let's say that you just want to use the machine gun for coverage, and the machine gun isn't even going to be like your main source of actually fighting people. You could just use the machine gun for coverage, and after you come out of nowhere and you just summon an Amaru and you're just shocking niggas with lightning and stuff. It's honestly crazy when you think about it, and I do feel like their approach to gun combat inside this game is very good. Like, it's just so impressive. There's also recoil from when you get shot a lot, and essentially recoil is, it's kind of like you just getting pushed back so that you can't just infinitely stay up inside somebody's face and just shoot them over and over again. And the guns, they also have like their own Q specs, and the Q spec, I'm pretty sure, is actually just the block break. I'm not sure if like the 5th hit of any M1s or guns at that actually guard break your opponent, but there is a Q spec for guns where it's like, if you do rush at them, you do like a little animation, and it's unique for each gun, which is very cool. So it's like you rush at them and you do your own animation, and you literally block break, and it pushes them back. And it kind of sets you up to like hit off a shot. But this game, like, I personally just like how they're implementing things, and this, like, you can literally tell this is more of a passion project instead of like something that they just want for money. And I honestly do love to see it, because it's paying off. I haven't seen any negative comments so far on this game, and like I'm genuinely just trying to see the other side. The game looks good. Now you could probably say like, oh, it's a little bit stiff and stuff, but this is just testing, and they're obviously going to optimize that so it's better on release. But so far, everything that we're seeing is just so good about this game, and I literally think that this will actually be the best One Piece game on Roblox. Now the next thing to note, and it's kind of like the last point with guns, is that you can actually bounce the bullet back with the sword. It's kind of weird when you think about it, because I'm not sure if they were actually like parrying when they were doing it, but you can bounce back the bullet with the sword, and the bullet, it's not gonna directly reflect back to them. Well, sometimes it would, but it's essentially just you pushing the damage off you. So if I throw a pebble at your head and you block it, that's actually exactly how it would probably look. You either block it and you throw it back, or you block it and you throw it away. I think that's the best way to sum it up. But overall, guns W in my book. I personally do love it. I actually do think I'm gonna like try out a gun inside this game. You don't even touch guns in a One Piece game. When was the last time you picked up a flintlock in GPO? Never. And the last thing that they actually did show us, or pretty much just the main thing I'm taking away from it, that I'm excited for personally, is that the fruit combat inside this game looks like it's going to be good. Now, first thing I want to say is that they themselves stated that every fruit is going to have like their own unique M1 combat, and they actually showed it to us with the flame fruit. When you actually M1 people with the flame fruit, your hands have fire on them. You're literally punching somebody in their face with fire. Isn't that kind of crazy? Like, it's just cool to me, because imagine that you use something like let's say that you use like Tremor, right? Imagine you punch on somebody with Quake and you just making an earthquake every time you punch them. Now obviously that's not gonna happen. They'll probably just shake their screen, or you'll just do extra damage, but it is cool to see. And the effects from like this M1 combat with the flames and stuff, it doesn't specifically like apply burn each and every hit. It's more like a chance. So there's still some RNG inside the combat. So it's not like, okay, since my devil fruit puts burn on you when I M1 you and your devil fruit doesn't, I'm just going to out damage you each and every single hit. It's not like that. It is RNG, and I do feel like it's actually needed and cool that they added that for balance purposes. And not only that, the abilities for, I'm not sure if they said it for every fruit, but specifically majority of the abilities are mainly designed for airtail combos, and that's good because it shows that the game, they're actually taking PvP heavy, and I do feel like PvP is going to be the best aspect of this game. Like, they've shown us some brief things for Adventure, and it does look like it's also going to be really good. But if you look at this game, they have over 30 devil fruits, and they're planning more, and it's like, alright, once you get these devil fruits and you're done farming these bosses, what's the next thing that you want to do? Kill people in game. So it's like them making all these devil fruits and optimizing it for combat is just going to be really cool. The mirror fruit itself, majority of its abilities are actually optimized for air combat. When you up tilt somebody, you can do an up tilt and like down slam them with like a flame pillar, and you can also do another up tilt into fireflies. You just have a whole lot of combo potentials inside this game. And it's just like, when you just look at the scope of things, they're specifically going through each fruit and planning out, like, they're not just adding the skills from the show and just thinking, alright, however it works inside a combo is over work inside a combo. They're adding them, testing it out in their own combos for themselves, seeing how it works and changing it if it needs to be. And that to me is just cool. I personally like it. It does make me very hyped for this game, because beating up people is probably the best part of Roblox fighting games in general. But overall, RELL games, everything that they're showing us so far about RELL Seas, it's actually looking up to be like a really, really good One Piece game. And I was literally gonna underrate it because of Shindo Life, but I am wrong, completely wrong. This game literally just looks like it's going to be nice. But moving on from that, another aspect of it is that every skill is actually going to be able to be redirected back to you or just deflected with hockey. And that does make sense. I actually do like that feature a lot. There will be people who won't even eat a fruit, just have hockey and boss raid. And it makes sense. If you put Rayleaf in a fight against majority of some of the fruit users in the show, even though Rayleaf don't got a fruit, you know he would still win. You know Rayleaf would still win. And it's because hockey is higher than devil fruits in One Piece, and I feel like the game, I feel like a One Piece game, making that very clear is just going to be very cool. I personally, I kind of want to do everything. I want to make a gun build, I want to make a hockey only build, and I want to make a fruit build. It's just exciting to see that they're actually implementing something so cool, because I'm telling you, a lot of players are going to think just because you got a fruit you could win, and they're low-key proving it to us now. They didn't show us like the direct thing with hockey and reflecting, but they did say that it is going to be improved. Now, just to wrap up this video, the last two things I actually want to talk about is how some abilities have different priority instead of M1 priority. And what the different priority is, it's just strong armor, and it basically means that you can't have abilities spammed on you over and over again. And they did show it off a little bit, so I think it was when they were using some of the flame skills. I'll just have it playing up on the screen when they were actually doing it. But essentially, he was just like using a bunch of skills, or he was showing off that once he like down slam somebody from using a skill combo, it's not like your friend or somebody else could just wait under there to land another skill, and then you could go back and land another skill and just keep on going and going. You kind of like glow blue, like your whole entire body just glows blue, and in that time you actually do have strong armor, which means that you can't get hit by another skill. And I honestly, I do like it. I feel like in a group fight it probably wouldn't be the best, but I don't really know until you actually test out the game. So yeah. But yeah, the last point is just going to be the flight combat. Now, we only seen it for two fruits. It was announced Amaru form versus Tori. I'm not gonna lie, the air combat, it just looks dumb. Now, I'm just saying that because I personally see it as pointless. Like, if I'm fighting somebody in the air, I'm just gonna leave. Like, we're this big and winning each other. I would just win a skill spam. But it is cool to know that there is air combat inside this game. And not only that, they did specifically say that even though there is air combat, there will be ways for you to fight somebody inside the air. And I'm pretty sure that grabs too actually do force them out of their mode temporarily, but then like you go right back into it. It's just a cool little feature. And yeah, outside of that, the main point I'm just trying to prove with this video, come here, come closer. I don't even know what I want to say, but RELL is pretty good. And that's it. RELL it's just looking like it's going to be an actual One Piece game. I'm personally going to keep up with it. The next thing that they said they're going to release is a fucking movie. I don't know how to react to that. Like, a movie. And they actually did recently show off another one of the zone fruits. It's Falcon. You could call that whatever you want. It looks cool, I guess. But hopefully you did enjoy this video. Yeah, this game's good. If you enjoyed the video, you can actually show me that you enjoyed it by liking it and subscribing. It's that part, you know, where the YouTuber asks you to do stuff. It's only one click. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. And yeah.